Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Treasure Coast Connector, connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. Treasure Coast Connector is the talk show and online community where we spotlight interesting local businesses and resources, then connect them to you, the consumers in the community, because everyone has an interesting story of why they do what they do. When we learn about what's happening in our own backyard and support local businesses, it strengthens our local economy. For details on the show, links to promos, discounts, past interviews, visit www.tcconnector.com. So 4 years ago, I started this talk show, and time truly does fly. And to celebrate, I have three amazing, talented businesswomen joining me in the studio. Tammy Crandall is the co-owner of Journaventure Travel and Tours. She is also a realtor with Barron Real Estate, and if that's not enough, she has her own talk show, The Bucket List. Debbie Goodman Venturina is the co-owner of Your Home Inspections, along with her husband, Dwayne Venturina, and they help keep your home healthy through inspections. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Diane Weiland has her own insurance agency, Diane Weiland Insurance, and she helps business owners, seniors, and individuals under 65 understand and navigate insurance. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
To be here to celebrate with you.
Yes.
My tiara's not staying on
Year
straight.
4.
We drank a whole bottle. No, we didn't drink a whole bottle of champagne, but we are going to cheers.
Yes,
and
we
it's
are.
Prosecco. So you guys,
Congratulations.
And while you guys are sipping, I just want to say very quickly, thank you very much to Cindy Schwartz, who has been the production engineer for this show for 4 years. She puts up with me with my puns and ridiculousness. So, And also, very quickly, I want to say thank you to the gals at Evergreen Media and Jessie. So it's Julie, Kim, Erita, and Jessie for my lovely balloons. And they didn't even know my nickname was Princess. now they do. Gosh, I can't keep
official
this tiara
now.
on straight. And finally, I just want to say just thank you to Gia. Okay, I'm holding up. This is 1928 Prosecco. It's from Italy. And I went to the cellar beachside here in Vero. And boy, Gia did not steer me wrong.
It's delicious. It's delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely delicious.
So yay.
Good choice, Gia.
Yes.
Cheers.
So now on to the stars of the show, you three ladies, while I again adjust this tiara. So I'm going to start because you're sitting closest to me. I want to hear just a little overview of why you wanted to start a business. Because it could be a little scary, but a lot of fun at the same time. Debbie, what made you start Your Home Inspections?
My husband had always been a maintenance superintendent, and he decided when we moved back to Florida from New York to do something a little different, to take his skills and to become a licensed home inspector. And we opened the business. So he's the home inspector. I'm the everything else.
Yeah, the everything else, because you know why? You're too smart to go up in a ladder and God knows where
Or in
else
the
house.
attic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just leave it to Dwayne, for
That's
goodness
what I
sakes.
do.
She's so smart. So, Tammy,
Yes.
you are the and.
I am.
Because the
am.
thing is that I remember a few years ago, you're like, oh my gosh, I have so much time on my hands. So let me. Just kidding.
Oh, yes,
Just
yes.
kidding. But what made you want to start your own business? Because you were in banking for years.
I had a wonderful 30-year career in banking and really did me well. But, I wanted some independence, and I'm a person who can't sit still. I wanted to have a way to help people. And travel is fun, just a lot of fun, so being able to get people out there. I was working with a lot of small businesses as a banker. And what I found was a common thread where they weren't taking some time to regroup
Yeah.
and re-energize themselves so they could focus, on the business, versus in. And so that's kind of where that birthplace started. I added the real estate with Barron. It was just a natural transition for me. I mean, vacations really are short-term real estate.
Yeah.
And then, of course, with Barron, having the ability to take and incorporate that in the business for vacation investment properties.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that later
people are
on.
always looking for passive income. And, that's right up my alley because, I did a lot of lending in the bank, consumer and commercial lending.
Yeah.
So that was a big part of it. And the Bucket List Show was just a misnomer. It was really a way to kind of bring those two things together. We like to provide, a service to the community to help people fill their buckets to live their most abundant life.
Yeah.
And, so for me, it's a much happier place to be.
Oh, yeah. A lot. You're having a ball with it. But if you need help breaking the ice at a networking thing, you can walk up to a business owner and say, my gosh, you look so stressed. You need a vacation, and I can help you. Okay,
Absolutely.
that's a good way to get in.
It's
Try it,
I
because
will.
people will laugh nervously. Right? They're already laughing. So, Miss Diane, so what about you that you wanted to break out onto your own?
Oh, mine is actually a little bit different. I was forced. They let go.
Like kicking and screaming, pushed off a ledge?
Kind of. They let go of our whole department where I used to work.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to go to one of our competitors. I didn't want to do that business anymore. So I took some time off because I had some severance pay. And then I decided, well, I need a job now. So I went to a call center. They were hiring the insurance agents. So they trained us. And I decided I liked what I did. And I was able to help my parents. And from there, I loved being an insurance agent, health insurance agent.
Yeah.
And from there, after 4 years being in a call center, I wanted to be out on my own and to be independent because I could help more people.
Yeah.
And
you took that knowledge.
Yes.
You ran with it.
I sure did. So now I'm in my 8th year of, not 8th year being independent, but 8th year doing Medicare.
Yeah.
3 years being independent.
So you're fluent in the language of insurance.
I
Health
am.
Insurance.
You're always learning, but yes.
Yeah.
I'm always learning.
She I hear her talk to people and I'm like, whoa. So, in about 30 years, I'll be 65. So I'll
Yes.
wow. What?
That really made us laugh.
Oh, my God.
In 30 years, I'm hoping to retire and have a vacation.
So, yes. Okay. So now with this tiara that really, I used to be a pro, wearing tiaras. And mine is just going all over the place. Okay, so what I'd like to know within your respective industries, and I'm going to start with Debbie, so it gives you a moment to think about this, is, there's always trends that are happening, or there's always things that you want people to know about, to be aware of. So give me something that you would like people to know about with regard to home
I'm going to give you
inspections.
2 things.
Okay.
Right now, the trend we're seeing as far as people that own homes already, that have homeowners insurance, a lot of the companies have pulled out of Florida, and people are going with another insurance company. A lot of people have to go with Citizens. Citizens used to be the go-to when you couldn't go to anyone else. Now it's becoming the standard, and they require certain inspections, and we take care of all of those. The other thing is when you're looking to sell your house, and this is for all the realtors that represent all the sellers, it is not a bad idea for a seller to get a home inspection. Now, we don't normally think of this because you get under contract and the buyer gets the home inspection. A prospective buyer. If the seller gets a home inspection, they know the condition of their home before anyone walks in. They know whether they need to make repairs or to make allowances on their prices because they're not going to repair. Right. Because an inspection report to the home buyer is not a price list to nickel and dime the price. That is not the essence of the inspection. So if a seller knows the condition of their home, it makes the transaction a lot easier.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful idea. So I have something that I read that I shared with you that I don't think that a lot of people think about, because the internet is there and we can research and get all sorts of great information. So that's good if maybe you're not feeling well and you go on, oh, the doctors love this, you go on WebMD, right? But at least you're arming yourself with information. You're not going to the doctor to say, I know what this is, but you just got to do research. Same thing with travel. There was a lady that wanted an amazing vacation for her family at an all-inclusive 5-star resort. And it was anything but, because she did her research and booked on her own. Why is that a terrible idea, Miss Tammy?
Well, I work with a lot of companies that have a much higher rating, like they're A-rated and vetted through the company that we associate ourselves with. We use a host called Nexion. So that's one part of it. And at the same time, I always say this, that we cure vacation vertigo, because sometimes what happens is you get online, you start looking around, and, those of you in the room and those of you out there, if you've looked, you'll find that there's always pop-ups from page to page. If you're looking for flights or hotels, you've got every advertiser on the planet trying to pop up to gain your business. It can get exasperating. So I think sometimes what happens, people just get tired of looking and they just pull the trigger. They'll say they've done the research.
Oh, this is good enough.
But have they really? I mean, as a professional in the travel industry, we do dig deep in the research. And if we've got particular resorts or lines that just don't make sense to book with, we're going to know that in advance. And we're going to have that conversation with them, what the expectation is.
And you do a lot of traveling. So Cindy just told me to take a break. And then she has a sign that says, or else. She doesn't. But we're going to
She dreams about it,
So you get 2 minutes, Miss Diane, to think about my compelling question. We will be right back. Stay tuned.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
ITEX, or International Trade Exchange, is the largest barter company in the world, with over 25,000 members offering goods and services. We're a marketing company that brings you new business in the way of trade, with over 200 local members enjoying the benefits of ITEX, like lawyers, doctors, plumbers, media, printing, and more.
Hi, this is Liz Bowler. Contact me and find out why barter through ITEX has been smarter for over 30 years. 772-532-1881. Visit itex.com.
Revive Vero Beach, located next to Anytime Fitness on Oslo Road and 27th Avenue, has everything you need to look and feel your best, including hormone replacement therapy, stem cell therapy, sexual wellness, weight loss, laser aesthetics, hair, tattoo, and skin spot removal, Botox and fillers, cryotherapy, comprehensive blood work, and everybody's favorite ozone and IV therapy. Refresh, renew, and revitalize yourself at Revive today. Call 772-492-6607. A member of the ITEX trading community. Your ITEX dollars are welcome.
Waves Auto Spa, known as Vero's fastest and finest. A car wash known for their quality equipment and attention to detail by a friendly and courteous staff. Waves offers soft cloth technology, and a top-notch detail center will help preserve the value of your car. Waves now offers windshield chip repair, and in most cases, it doesn't cost you a dime. Spend less time and get a better quality experience for you and your car at Waves Auto Spa, US 1 Vero Beach, across from Kmart Plaza. Open 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I have Debbie Goodman-Venturina, Tammy Crandall, Diane Weiland in the studio. We're celebrating 4 years of this show where I love, woohoo, because we're doing splashes of champagne because we're delicate ladies. Yeah, I should take a sip as I.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just swirl it around a little.
So good.
Smell it a little.
Yeah, thanks to the Stellar.
good.
It is. I really love it. That's like my new favorite place. My husband is threatening to take away my credit cards. I visit there so often. So we were talking about something that the general public should be aware about, or a trend that's happening in the health insurance industry.
Well, something that's happening this year, which I'm actually very happy about, is with the marketplace and the family glitch. So this affects people who are working, who have the employee, who have their children, dependents on their health insurance through their work.
Okay.
And if their employer coverage is 9.12%, if over, or 9.12% of their income,
Okay.
then they can put their children, or potentially put their children, on a marketplace plan.
Oh, very good.
Now, the employee would still need to be on their employer coverage unless the employee is also 9.12%.
Yeah, no, that's very good.
But this is fixing that family glitch that has been happening all these years.
Yes. Yeah. So that's wonderful.
And
so
yes.
now we have, for the people that watch this on live stream, we went up from 2,000 to like 4,000 now watching us live. As I tape this.
No pressure.
But yeah, on live stream, and all the other places where they can watch us. The people that are listening on iHeartRadio and the podcasts, they're right now frustrated because they don't know how to get in touch with you. What is your web address and your phone number?
www.dianewyland, DianeWyland.com, and 772-559-1928.
A little slower second time with the phone number, my darling.
772-559-1928.
Okay, because I'm fast, but I'm not that fast, right? And, so yes. So now for you, your web address, your phone number.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's journaventuretravel.com, which is www.journaventure travel.com. And the phone number is 772-882-3165.
Very good. And I forgot to mention that the other co-owner is Teresa Cheney.
Yes, that is correct.
And she loves to stay in the office. It's not like we didn't want her here.
Of course.
Okay, she truly loves to stay behind the scenes. But one of these days, Teresa, I'm going to get you. I'm coming
You
for
will be here. You will be here.
As I'm pointing in Lydia Silvestri at Toastmasters, I'm in big trouble. Oh my gosh. Your URL and phone number, please.
yourhomeinspections.net. And the company phone number is 772-985-9114. Or you can reach me on my cell at 347-239-1589.
Very good. Your website is gorgeous, by the way.
I wonder why. I must give a shout out to Ellen Contreras, the Treasure Coast Connector, who does all of that. She builds websites. She does social media.
And
she
logos.
Does
Your logos.
Logos.
That's
awesome.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they should contact you.
Mm-hmm. So I tried so hard to get a full hour for the show, and Cindy, as lovely as she is, says, darling, this studio at Evergreen Media, Planet Vero, is like Grand Central Station. She couldn't pencil us in. That's fine. I'm not upset about it. But actually, I do have another question. It's a 3-part question. So now, when someone is going to stay in their home for the long term,
Right.
let's say the buyer comes to you, you do the inspection, but they want to be there till they grow old. Why should they get their home inspected every now and then?
Well, it's always good to see the condition of your home. The homeowner isn't traditionally climbing up in their attic. They aren't climbing on their roof. They are not running certain tests to see the condition of their home. So that's always a good thing to do. And again, with this homeowner's insurance, you're in your home. You've experienced it. I've experienced
you
it
helped me
personally.
out tremendously with that.
Absolutely. Even our insurance agent called us to update his inspection for his own insurance.
But very quickly, because I want to make sure that there's another thing that you had mentioned at another time that I thought was brilliant, and I want to bring that brilliance back out, is there's nothing worse than you think you might need your roof checked out, and you bring the roofer in and they're like, oh my gosh, and then they mention parts of the roof that aren't even there. Oh, did you know that the dingle hopper that connects to the truss thingamajig, and there's nothing really wrong, but they're going to try to upsell you on repairs, but a home inspector is just going to tell you what's good, what's iffy,
the absolute condition. If you call the roof inspector, the roofer out to your house, he's going to do a roof inspection, but he is going to try to sell you a new roof. Yeah. That's his job. There's nothing wrong with it.
And
that's his job.
There's plenty of reputable people out there. But I just want...
But, the home inspector looks, he has no skin in the game. He tells you the condition. That's his job.
Exactly. So now, Miss Tammy.
Yes, ma'am.
Vrbo and Airbnb have done amazing things for you and many other realtors out there. And we alluded to that in the intro, that there are plenty of people that love a second home for a vacation home.
Absolutely.
But then they're buying it and they're monetizing it. So explain that a little bit.
Well, I mean, really the way it works and what most people have done is they hire a company to manage the property for them. They'll purchase a property. We've got friends who've just recently done that on Panama City Beach, actually. Yeah. That's why Teresa is not here.
Yes.
And she's actually on her way to visit them. But they're in Panama City Beach. So he owns a piece of property. He allots some time for he and his family to enjoy that property. In the remainder of the year, he pays a property management company to manage that process for him. So they've got people who come in and clean in between clients. And it really results in a property that you can vacation in yourself, whether you plan to do that for 2 weeks or if you're seasonal and you want to do it 6 months out of the year. Maybe you're a transplant from the Northeast.
Yeah.
And you're not sure whether you really want to buy a home permanently here. You could buy a condo on the beach, maybe. And if you do that, then you can rent it out in the months that you're not here.
Yeah, you form an LLC, it becomes a business. So
it does.
There are so many, so right now there are so many people, I'm hearing it, I have this like earpiece, they're like, oh my gosh. So you're going to get a lot of calls for people that now have that light bulb that went off in their head about creating it's a side hustle.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
That's how my travel started. Busy. My travel started as a side hustle.
We have 2 minutes. Okay, so now 3 to 6 months before somebody turns 65, what should they be doing?
They should be contacting me.
Okay.
Possibly even 6 to 9 months before they're turning 65, especially if they're working. Because there are certain things that if they're employed, they need to find out. Do they have an HSA? Do they need to get Part B? Do they not need to get Part B? Is it going to coordinate with their work insurance? Is it not? Are they retiring? Are they getting Social Security? Call me. I can answer these questions.
Yes. Well, very good. So we were going to talk to other businesswomen that were listening about, how we feel about being in business and advice that we would have given to ourselves when we first started. We don't have time for that. I'm very sorry, but I have time to very quickly say thank you, ladies, for being part of my we have 1 minute. Okay, so I don't have to really rush through this. Thank you, ladies, for being a part. I'm a professional. I can handle my time.
Thank you for having us, Ellen. Thank you for inviting us back.
Sharing your anniversary with us.
Yes, happy anniversary.
I needed successful. Thank you. I needed successful and fun, savvy ladies.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You guys are my friends. Why are you my friends? I have no idea, but thank you. But all kidding aside, thank you so much. And for those that are listening and watching, my name is Ellen Contreras, host of Treasure Coast Connector, and I wish everybody a fun, safe, productive, wonderful week. And until next week, I miss you already.